ETH's going to 100K. I think it's reached a point where it was just so underrated, where people had completely disconnected from the reality of what ETH and Ethereum do and how useful and how highly used they are. Let's go back a couple years. 2021, 2022, that was the era of ETH competitors like Sol, XRP, Cardano, Algorand, Avalanche, Polygon, Phantom, etc., etc., etc. The narrative started to be ETH sucks, it's slow as hell, it's expensive as hell. Then late 2023 to early 2024, that's when Solana really started to pick up. Bitcoin was pumping all through 2024, and ETH didn't have that at all. This was supposed to be the number 2 coin. This shit sucks. The first thing is the institutional bid. Institutions are piling into ETH like crazy, just like they did with Bitcoin. When we saw the Bitcoin ETFs get spun up, Bitcoin had a crazy rise. That's a result of that institutional adoption. ETH also has ETFs that have spun up, but they didn't start to see that volume until very recently. Actually, last week, really starting to heat up. That's what I'm saying. And there's also now ETH treasury companies, just like we see Bitcoin treasury companies. It's not as big as Bitcoin yet, but it's potentially going to get there. That kind of brings me to the next point I have, which is its status in the market as the second biggest coin. The market cap of ETH, according to Grok, is 368 billion as of today, July 15th. And then the next one after that is XRP, which is 173 billion. And then the one after that is Solana, 100 billion. So ETH's still 3.5 times bigger than Solana, and it's still only 10 to 20% of Bitcoin, way ahead of its next competitor, but it's still far below the next biggest crypto. And I wouldn't even consider Bitcoin a competitor to ETH because their use cases are so different. This brings me to my next point, which is just the widespread utility of the ETH token in crypto. It's huge. It's huge. And this video is not even about like Ethereum, the blockchain, but just ETH itself. The Ethereum blockchain has 55% of DeFi's TVL, and over 10 million ETH is bridged into L2s and non-Ethereum EVM chains. ETH is so spread around. It's used as a gas token, or it's used as a collateral, or it's used as a base asset, and it just continues to grow, Let's look at the chart. ETH has not felt that institutional bid yet. It hasn't. This is ETH versus Bitcoin. So it was bad for a while. It was bad. Literally past 3-5 years have been rough. I hope I don't speak too soon, but I do believe this chart will have an incredible recovery. Let me sum everything up in this video. I do think we're about to start to see all that ground game from ETH start to reflect in its value, because at a certain point, it is required to acquire ETH, to run applications, to run chains, to bring liquidity, to pay fees, to secure networks. It's required to get some ETH. And when I say 100K, that could be 2030. It could be 5 years from now. And we shouldn't underrate the disruption of Ethereum. It's really starting to show success. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.